Good morning, students. Last class we have discussed about addition of vectors. In that there are two methods. One is triangular law of addition method. Next one is parallelogram law of vectors. So we discussed about triangular law of addition method. Today we are going to discuss about subtraction of vectors. So we know that vectors means both magnitude and direction. So if I want to subtract any two vectors, we can use two methods. One is analytical method, the other one is geometrical method. Now let us consider an example 7 minus 2. How I can subtract 7 minus 2 is nothing but what? 5. This 7 minus 2, I can even write it as in this form, that is 7 plus of minus 2, which is what? 7 minus 2, that is equal to 5. So I can subtract like this or in this form also. Clear? So now if I want to subtract, that is in geometrical method, a vector and this one is b vector. Now I want to subtract these two vectors. How I can write? A vector minus b vector, or I can write it as a vector plus of minus b vector. Clear? This minus b vector is called as negative vector. Clear? Now how to represent that minus b vector? That is, if this one is b vector, the minus b vector will be opposite to b vector. Opposite to b vector. Only the direction changes, but the magnitude will remain same. The magnitude will remain same. In this way, minus b vector will be shown. Now we will go for subtraction of vectors. That is a vector minus b vector, or a vector plus of minus b vector. Now let us consider two vectors. This one is a vector, this one is b vector. Now consider parallelogram. These two vectors, it makes an angle theta. It makes an angle theta. Where will be the resultant vector? For if I add these two things, where will be the resultant vector? This resultant vector will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. Along the diagonal of the parallelogram, this will give the resultant vector, that is r vector is equal to a vector plus b vector. Our question is to subtract a vector and b vector. So for that, this one is a vector. Okay. Then how to represent minus b vector? I can represent minus b. This is b vector means opposite to b vector will is what? Minus b vector. This will give minus b vector. Now with a vector and with b vector, we construct a parallelogram. Where will be the resultant vector? The resultant vector will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. The resultant vector will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. So this resultant vector r vector is equal to a vector minus b vector. A vector minus b vector. Here, now we will go for. Now we will find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. Now, here it makes an angle for a vector and b vector. The angle is theta. Now, what will be the angle between a vector and minus b vector? Now, take this line. What will get? 180 degree. Understood? Now this is theta. Then what will be this? 180 minus theta. So I can write this one. This angle will be equal to 180 minus theta. Okay. Now with a vector and the resultant vector, there will be an angle. It will be alpha 1. Like that. A vector and this resultant vector, there will be an angle forms and let it be alpha 2. Okay. Alpha 2. Now I want to find out the resultant of this one. That is a vector minus b vector. Now first we will find out the magnitude. We find out the magnitude of resultant vector. Magnitude of resultant vector. In addition vector, we calculated the magnitude of resultant vector, that is R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now, here what will be the theta here? Theta is 180 minus theta because we are considering this vector as well as this vector because of subtraction. So I can write R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos, instead of theta I will be writing it as 180 minus theta. So what is the trigonometric one? That is cos 180 minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. Cos 180 minus theta is nothing but what? Minus cos theta. So I can write it as a square plus b square 2ab. I can write once again plus 2ab is cos 180 minus theta is nothing but what? Minus cos theta. So therefore R is equal to a square plus b square plus into minus 2ab cos theta. This part I can write it as a vector minus b vector modulus, that is equal to square root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. This will give the magnitude of the resultant vector, that is subtraction of two vectors. Next we will go for direction. Direction of two vectors. So in addition vectors, we calculate the formula, that is alpha is equal to tan inverse of b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. Okay. Now, what is theta here? 180 minus theta. Just substitute. Alpha is equal to tan inverse b sin 180 minus theta divided by a plus b cos 180 minus theta. So, what is sin 180 minus theta? Sin 180 minus theta is nothing but sin theta. Sin 180 minus theta is nothing but what? Sin theta. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of B sin 180 minus theta is nothing but what? Sin theta. So B sin theta divided by A plus B cos 180 minus theta minus cos theta. So I can write it as minus cos theta. This will give the direction of two vectors. So here the angle between these two vectors is alpha 2. So I will be writing this one as alpha 2. This clear? So now we see an example 2.2. Two vectors A vector and B vector of magnitude 5 units and 7 units make an angle 60 degree with each other. Find the magnitude of the difference. Find the magnitude of the difference of vector A vector minus B vector and its direction with respect to the vector A vector. So what is given? A vector is equal to 5 units. B vector 7 units. What they ask to find? They ask to find the magnitude and direction of difference vector. So they ask to find the magnitude of difference vector and the direction. They ask to find out the direction, that is alpha 2. So first we will find out the magnitude. So for the formula, R is equal to square root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. And here theta is given. Theta is equal to 60 degree. This R I can write it as A vector minus B vector modulus is equal to, what is A? 5. So 5 square plus 7 square minus 2 into 5 into 7 into cos 60. So 5 square 25, 7 square 49 minus 2 into 5 into 7 into cos 60, the value is 1 by 2. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So I can write it as 25 plus 49 minus 7 by 35. That is equal to 74 minus 35. That is equal to square root of 39 units. Clear? Now we will go for direction. Alpha 2 is equal to tan inverse of B sin theta by A minus B cos theta is the formula. So tan inverse of, what is value of B? 7 into sin 60 degree divided by A value 5 minus B value 7 cos 60 degree. So I can write tan inverse of 7 into sin 60 root 3 by 2 divided by 5 minus 7 cos 60 1 by 2. So I can write it as 7 by 2. So tan inverse of 7 into root 3 by 2. We are going to find out the LCM and get 10 minus 7 by 2. This 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So I can write alpha 2 is equal to tan inverse of 7 root 3 by 3. 7 root 3 divided by 3. That is equal to, find out the value for this. You will be getting tan inverse of 4.041. Meaning 4.041. In your textbook at the last page, natural tangent is given. You find out the value for this and you will be getting the value as 76 degree. So alpha 2 is equal to 76 degree. So next we will see components of a vector. Components is nothing but parts. So parts of a vector. Now suppose if a vector, it makes an angle theta with the x-axis and with y-axis, then there will be two components. One is horizontal component, the second one is vertical component. So this one is horizontal component, this one is vertical component. Now, for example, an object is here. Now, if this object moves towards in this space, now I want to find out the position of this object. For that, what I should do it? Just draw a perpendicular line along x-axis. Like that, from here, you draw a perpendicular line towards y-axis. Okay. Now, this will give the magnitude in the x direction and this region will give the magnitude in the y direction, and that is ax and this one is ay. So the horizontal component is ax and the vertical component is ay. Now if I want to find out the position of this, I will write a vector is equal to ax plus ay. But here it is vector quantity, but these two are scalar, that is magnitude. So this should be in the form of vector. So this x-axis will have what? Unit vector I. Like in y-axis will have the unit vector j. Yeah. So now I can write this one as. So now a vector is equal to ax I vector plus ay j vector. Here, similarly, this one is 2D dimension. If I want to find 3D, then I can write a vector is equal to ax I vector plus ay j vector plus az k vector. So x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. Now I want to find out the values of ax, ay and then the magnitude of a vector. Now we will calculate ax value, it is horizontal component. Now in triangle OPQ, according to Pythagoras theorem, this one is theta. So this one is theta means These are opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to what? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to what is adjacent? Ax. Hypotenuse is A. So therefore Ax is equal to A cos theta. So we calculated the horizontal components, that is Ax. Now we go for vertical component Ay. So in this triangle, take sin theta is equal to what? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So sin theta is equal to what is opposite? PQ. PQ is nothing but what? Ay by A. So therefore Ay is equal to A sin theta. So we calculated the horizontal component as well as the vertical component. Now we will go for the magnitude of A vector. Now we will calculate the magnitude of A vector. Now in right angle triangle OPQ, according to Pythagoras theorem, OP square is equal to OQ square plus PQ square. So OP square is equal to OQ square is nothing but AX plus PQ is nothing but AY. So AY square. This I can write instead of OP, I can write A. So A square is equal to AX square plus AY square. So therefore, if I want to find out A is equal to square root of AX square plus AY square. Similarly, if it is 3D dimension, I can write A is equal to square root of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. Understood? Now we will go to a problem. What are the unit vectors along the negative x direction, negative y direction and negative z direction? So x, y, z. So for this one, for this I vector, that is unit vector G here. Here the unit vector is G. Negative x direction. What are you in the negative x direction? This is positive. Negative means opposite. Magnitude will remain same, but the direction will be opposite. So negative will be here. So that is minus I cap. Then negative y direction. This one is positive. So what will be? This will be what? Negative. So minus G. And negative is a direction. So this is minus K. So I can write negative x direction. Unit vectors along the negative x direction. So negative x direction. Negative x direction can write what? Minus I. Then negative y direction is equal to what? Minus j cap. Similarly, negative z direction minus a cap. Understood? So next, vector addition using components. This let A vector and B vector in Cartesian coordination system can be expressed as A vector is equal to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. B vector is equal to BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. Now the question is adding. adding of two vectors. So A vector plus B vector is equal to add the magnitude of I vector. So Ax plus Bx into I cap plus add the magnitude of J vector. Ay plus dy into J cap plus Az plus Bz into A cap. Now we will go for subtraction. That is subtraction using components. So A vector minus B vector is equal to subtract the magnitude of I vector. So Ax minus Bx into I cap, this plus sign, Ay minus By into J cap plus Az minus Bz into A cap. This is subtraction using two components. Now we will see an example problem. Two vectors A and B are given. A vector is equal to 5i plus 7j minus 4k cap, and B is equal to this. Find A plus B plus A minus B minus A. Now first we will find out A vector plus B vector. Now we write A vector 5i plus 7j minus 4k plus write a B vector 6i plus 3j plus 2k. Now you add the magnitude of I component. So 5 plus 6, 11i. Now add the magnitude of j component. 7 plus 3, 10j plus add the magnitude of k component. Okay, minus 4 plus 2. So it becomes minus 2 k vector. Next sum, B vector plus A vector. First write a B vector 6i plus 3j plus 2k plus A vector 5i plus 7j minus 4k. Now you add 6 plus 5, 11i plus 3 plus 7, 10j here plus and here minus, so minus 2k. Yes. Next, one is A vector minus B vector. So what is A vector? 5i plus 7j minus 4k minus B vector is 6i plus 3j plus 2k. Now see 5 minus 6. So minus 1, no need to put 1. So minus I plus 7 plus 3. So it becomes plus 10j minus 4 plus 7 plus 3, not like that. So it becomes plus 7 minus of plus 3. So it becomes what? 7 minus 3. You must write it as what? 7 minus 3, 4. Here minus 4 minus of plus 2. That is minus 4 minus of plus 2. It becomes what? Minus 4. This becomes minus 2. So minus 6k. Understood? Next we will go for B vector minus A vector. So B vector is 6i plus 3j plus 2k minus A is 5i plus 7j minus 4k. 6 minus 5, so 1. So I vector plus 3 minus of plus 7 plus 3 minus of plus 7. So 3, this minus into plus minus. It becomes minus 4. So minus 4j. Next plus 2 minus of minus. So minus into minus, I can write like this. Minus of minus 4. So plus 2, minus into minus, plus 4. So it becomes plus 6a. Understood? Now we will go for multiplication. There are three ways of multiplying. One is multiplication of vector by a scalar. Next one is scalar product. The third one is vector product. The scalar product is also called as dot product. Scalar product is also called as dot product. That is vector product. It will be called as cross product. Vector product is also called as cross product. Here they will be mentioning a symbol dot. Here mentioning cross. That is into symbol. See, scalar product means multiplication of two vectors. Let us consider a vector and b vector. Multiplication here for scalar product dot symbol. So multiplication of two vector will be equal to a scalar quantity. Here I should not use arrow mark because scalar. Example, work done. Work done is equal to what? Force into displacement. Work done is equal to force into displacement. So work done is a scalar quantity and these two are vector quantities. This is scalar product. Next we will go for vector product. Multiplication of two vectors. Multiplication of two vectors will be equal to one vector quantity. Multiplication of two vectors it will give a vector quantity. For example, torque. The symbol for torque is tau is equal to r vector into f vector. So how I read this one? Torque is equal to r vector cross f vector. Not into. You must read it as torque is equal to r vector cross f vector. Here a vector dot b vector. Understood? This will give the example for vector product. See, vector quantity. These two are also vector quantity. Understood? Next, multiplication of vector by a scalar. Now, if a vector is multiplied by a scalar, this lambda is a scalar quantity. We will get another vector. We will get what? Another vector. This is called multiplication of vector by a scalar. Suppose if lambda is a positive number, this positive number means this lambda a vector is also in the same direction of a vector. Same direction. Is also in the same direction of a vector. Suppose if lambda is negative number, then lambda a vector is in the opposite direction to a vector. Opposite direction to the a vector. Let us see an example here. A vector a is given. Find 4a vector and minus 4a vector. Now a vector a is given. Now first question, find 4a vector. This 4a vector, since the magnitude of scalar is positive number, so this 4a vector also will be same direction as that of a vector. So 1 time 2 3 4. This will give so 1 2 3 4. So it is 4a vector. Now you see minus 4a vector, the magnitude is in the negative, so it will come in the reverse order. 1 2 3 4. This is minus 4a vector. Next one, since it is negative, this minus 4a vector is in the opposite direction to that of a vector. Clear? Now let's see this example. Given the vector, what is 3a vector? So 3 into a vector 2I plus 3j cap. Just you multiply 3 into 6I vector plus 3 into 3 9j cap. Now we will go for certain vector quantities can be defined as a scalar times another vector quantity. For example, f is equal to me. For example, for the cellular force is equal to mass into acceleration. Now you see certain vector quantities can be defined. This certain vector quantities can be defined as a scalar times scalar. This one is a scalar times the another vector quantity. This is one vector quantity. This is another vector quantity. So certain vector quantities can be defined as a scalar times another vector quantity. So here, since the scalar is positive number, the force moves in the same direction as that of a vector. So we take another example. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Here also the scalar is in positive number, so momentum moves in the direction of velocity. Next example. I can take E electric charge. Electric charge is equal to force is equal to PV. Force is equal to QE. Force is equal to PV. This Q is nothing but what? Charge. The charge will be, it may be positive or negative. It will be positive or negative. If Q is positive number or is positive, then force moves in the same direction as that of E vector, that is electric field. Suppose if Q is negative, the force moves in the opposite direction to that of electric field. Okay.